Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the edition of Answering Questions, Saturday morning edition, or whenever you're watching this video. My name is Stacia Kennedy. In this video, we're going to talk about how to create a joint venture with Instagram influencers. So you may say, I don't even consider myself an influencer or an Instagram influencer at all, but this was a great question asked in my Facebook group by my awesome previous client, and I would say maybe just continuous student. She's the bomb. She's the bomb.com, guys. So anyways, check out this video here, or I'm going to let a few people come on in. We're going to talk about how to create a joint venture with Instagram influencers. And this is actually a great question, and it could actually be not just Instagram influencers, but just how to create joint venture partnerships. And this is something really important, I believe, that has helped myself and a few of my colleagues grow their business, is just really how to do collaborations, right? So I'm going to focus more on answering this question involving Instagram, but because I have some ideas that I want to share with you guys. So stay tuned to this video because we're going to give you, I'm actually wrote down a couple of notes here on things that you can do to help you grow your business on the internet using Instagram and using collaborations, joint ventures with Instagram influencers. Again, I don't think I'm an Instagram influencer. I would call myself like a little mini influencer. And there actually a lot of us are like mini or micro. I mean, I don't want to like make myself small, but everyone actually knows at least a minimum of 250 people in your network, right? The kind of people that I hang out with, like, have a lot more people that they know and they're actually networked with and connected with. But in this instance, I heard a statistic that at least a minimum of 250 people, right? Like if you were to invite people to your wedding, how many people would you have at your wedding? If we could actually, have weddings these days that are like, bigger than 10 people or 6 people. I think like these days you can't do anything in a huge group. But let's go. Is this something that you guys want to know about as well? Comment below if this is something that you're interested in, how to create a joint venture with Instagram influencers, or just how to create joint ventures with other people to help you grow your business on the internet. Number one, I want to share with you is something I thought was really cool when I learned about this, and I actually done this with a few of my Instagram friends, is called the Instagram Takeover. If you haven't heard about the Instagram Takeover, basically it's an Instagram story where you basically film a couple clips. So you can create a couple Instagram story clips, videos that would be put on the influencer's story timeline. So there would be like a whole day where you basically take over their Instagram story. So and again, a lot of these things that you do can either be in exchange, right? So having them put your Instagram stories on their story and having them do something on your channel as well. So working out that win-win partnership. That's actually number one. Before I actually go into the strategies, let me just say, you want to create a win-win partnership, right? So finding out what the other person wants, right? What is the other person up to? And this is just straight like how I network, right? And this is how I roll, right? Just being genuine with other people and finding out like what is your business. And if obviously you want to be able to when you do these partnerships or joint ventures, that you're doing it with someone who has an audience that is, you basically have the same audience, right? That would be beneficial, right? Like for instance, this question is coming from my friend who is in the keto business, right? And she has a keto coaching business. And if she were to go to someone who had nothing to do with health and fitness, that wouldn't be a good collaboration, right? So if it was an audience, which this example, she has a potential partnership with someone who has very similar audience, right? So my first question would be to ask this person, which I know behind the scenes, but ask this person, what do they really want, right? What do they want to help them get to the next level? And leaving your agenda on the other hand. I mean, of course, your agenda is that you want to grow your audience, but let's just figure out, first of all, what is their goals and dreams? And if this type of collaboration would be a good fit either way, right? So one creative way you can do it is Instagram takeovers, where you could create like a 3 to 4 video clip series. Maybe you're dropping some value and getting them over to your account to follow you, right? Another second way that I would share is presenting an opportunity to do a interview. So what I love about Instagram, and again, you can do this on Facebook. I've done more of this on Facebook, is doing collaborations via interview. And so there's 2 types of videos that you can do, right? Where you can actually have them present a webinar type style event, or it could just simply be an interview style, which I like that more because of the fact that for me, it's easier to just interview someone. There's really because I've done it so many times that there's less preparation for the both of you if you just did it as an interview style type of video collaboration, right? And so what you would do is you would have that person come and, interview that person in your Facebook group or in your audience, and have it so that you're interviewing them. So you're introducing them to your audience, and then in exchange, you do an exchange interview, right? So then they would interview you in their audience. So same thing with Instagram, which I think is really cool. And Instagram loves the algorithm of going live. So having them on a show, right? Creating a show on Instagram where you go live and you actually interview them live, and make sure that Instagram, for those of you who are a little bit older and have, sometimes I'm also click happy. For those who are click happy, make sure that after you record any Instagram live video, whether it's an interview style or not, that you wait till you click end, and at the end of that live stream, that you make sure to save that video to your phone, or it will also give you an option like, do you want to save this, or do you want to add it to IGTV? If you disregard that last part, and you just click off, you may lose the video. So that's a little techie tip right there. So next, number 3 is really just a sponsored ad. Like if there's no exchange type thing of, doing Instagram stories or interview style thing, they could simply just want money, right? So there could be a way to pay them for the opportunity of posting a video or posting a picture or an advertisement to get their audience over to your audience to follow you, as well as to maybe giving away a free gift, which you could also give away a free gift in your Instagram story takeover. But they could simply just want, maybe a couple $100 to put a post up there for one of the and that's actually something else too, is figuring out what is the prime time that they have, that a lot of their followers are watching them. And this is another thing too, is making sure that they're really a good influencer, right? Like they may have these big numbers on their Instagram following, but they might be all bots, right? So a way to figure that out is just kind of looking at some of their followers, right? Which is, another way that you can figure that out is there's actually some sites too that I think that you can kind of see the progression of what kind of followers they have. I'll have to find that for you later. But Next one is, just giving away some kind of a free offer. I mean, you always want to make an offer, right? In any of those exchanges, whether it's an interview, doing the Instagram takeover, doing the interview exchanges, or collaborating on a webinar, right? So having her make promotions to invite them to a webinar where she basically it's kind of basically what I was just saying. It's like you're kind of being interviewed by her, but she's letting you present an entire webinar to her audience, right? So having her promote to the audience, and what you would do is give her if anyone bought your program at the end of the webinar, is giving her a special code or a special link. Or I have actually a friend of mine who I was like really, really wanting to be an affiliate for their program. I love their product. And I asked them, I was like, hey, where's your affiliate program? And I'm actually an affiliate for some other things that they have. And they didn't have the affiliate program for this particular product. So what they did was actually create an entire page just for me. So they actually duplicated their sales page for their offer and gave me a special link. So they didn't have to go and put together an entire affiliate program or buy some software to be able to track those sales. So I actually have my own, I feel so special. I have my own page that is duplicated out of their sales page that has my name on it and everything. So I just send them directly to that landing page, my audience, and any sales that come in, I get notification for. So that is a special type of joint venture partnership that you can create without having to go out and figure out expensive software, because there's a lot of software out there that you can go and buy and give your affiliates links. But if you don't have a lot of affiliates and you're not willing to spend $200 a month and you don't have anyone who's actively covering that cost, that's the great thing about having affiliates, right? Is that you don't have to pay for huge advertising dollars. You have people out there selling for you. But if you're paying out more than anybody is not really promoting or using it, or you're not having a big launch, then that software is null and void. You don't need that stuff, right? I always want to make sure that my clients are saving their money, right? And using their hard-earned income to software and products, because I know even for me, I can get really out of hand with software and products that I don't really use. So if you want to have a joint venture partnership with a specific influencer, it might be just really figuring out what's in it for them, right? We all in sales with them, right? What WIFFM, what's in it for me? So find out what that person really wants and what could be a fun way to help promote your product or your service. Let me look a little bit more in depth on the actual question, because I know she wanted the question that was dropped in my Facebook group was not only what is the best way or an opportunity to get more visibility, but I think she was trying to ask me more about what the actual specific metric that you could that you want to focus on as far as followers and lead gen and sales, and using a quiz there's a lot of different strategies that you can use. And I would say you do them all, actually, if that person is open to a long-term, partnership, strategically create a way to do all of those things, right? Or do what actually, feels good for you. You should, one of the questions was, I have a quiz, just need to finish it for lead gen. So maybe that would be a good way. Yes, that would be a good way to create engagement. You don't really need to have fancy equipment to create a quiz. You can simply create that Instagram story takeover, right? Where you're asking the people question, getting them to take action and asking them to, maybe put a poll in this Instagram story to get people to engage and get them to go and follow you, which that would, if you're doing an Instagram story or a takeover or anything where they're posting something for you, the purpose would be to get them over to your page or get them to actually DM you and start conversations. That is another really, really powerful way. Not only all the things, like I always tell you guys, all the things out there that we can do, right? Video, organic traffic, paid ads, all the things, all this social media. Well, the purpose of it actually really at the very end of the day, you want to get them on your list. You want to build know, like, and trust with the social media strategies and the videos and the marketing messaging and the text posts and the swipe ups. But at the end of the day, you want to actually get them onto your email list so that you can build that know, like, and trust and let them know what, all the other events that you're doing. But the most powerful way to do that, and the very most simplest way to do, is to get them onto your email list and then reach out to them, directly. Like, I think some people think that it might take a lot of time, but I've seen someone who do this to me. Like, they offered a waiting list to their mastermind. There was a mentor of mine that I was kind of like watching and following her stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, this made me want to actually enroll in her program, because I'm like, wow, and I already took that tip right away, right there. As someone added, their name and email to her list, she actually took the time to look at the people, because that's right there. That's going from cold to warmer. When someone opts into your list, they're becoming warm, right, into your funnel. Right. So if you think of a funnel, as people go down into the funnel, how do they do that? They enter their name and email address before they even know who you are. They get into the funnel. They start building know, like, and trust by reading your emails, watching some of your videos. And as I entered my name and email address into this person's funnel, she found me on Instagram, took the time to genuinely see who I am and what I was, who else I was following, and found some commonality, which is what we do when we network, find a commonality, connect with that person. And she actually sent me a voice message, a personal voice message. So that right there just wowed me. To answer this question, yeah, do all the things, do all the things that you shared with me in this in the post in my Facebook group, to connect, create those collaborations, find out what that person is open to doing, whether it's her promoting a webinar and her doing the actual promotion, like her becoming an affiliate and getting in exchange a commission to anybody that comes to the webinar and is sold into your program, doing an interview style where you're just, it's really, to me, I don't even count, like, I just love the collaboration and being able to have a win-win. I don't count the amount of viewers or followers or how many people in exchange came out of that particular interview. I just love really just getting, it's actually a chance for you to get to know that person by doing those interviews and having that live on Instagram or YouTube. I have a few, I need to do more of that actually. And I encourage you guys to do more partnerships, joint ventures, interviewing other people, getting to know people who are doing great things and promoting them. And that's actually how, at the end of the day, you guys, from the very beginning, when I got started, and if you guys who've been watching my videos for a while know, my story, I filmed my mentor speaking at an event. Right. And I kind of knew a little bit about him before, but I was at an event, filmed him speaking at an event, and he was, he had a great story. He knocked on 100 doors a day until he became a multimillionaire. And, family of 8 homeless came into this country and wanted to give back, right? Wanted to make sure that he could help other people create that American dream. And I resonated with that story. I knew that other people in my audience would want to hear about this, right? Like, I don't know. I just felt like everyone should know about it. So I posted on my Facebook, tagged him, and he was like, how did you do that? Right. So it was simply out of genuinely wanting other people to know about other people that I met And that's how I built my network, right? That's how I connected with people. So when I do a joint venture partnership, as far as interviewing or connecting with people, I really just wanted to genuinely give back to that person and get to know that person. And then as far as monetarily wise, there's lots of ways that you could do it where, maybe they need some help, right? Maybe they need some income and, would want to do like a paid partnership. Maybe they would like to do a webinar, right? Where you actually really launch a webinar or launch a challenge too. There is a challenge that I'm running with a client that we're using. When I was talking about software, right? We're using a software called Samcart, which actually is the easiest way to do an affiliate program type thing, where if you have multiple people who want to help you like promote that challenge or a webinar, you can actually use Samcart, which Samcart is a payment processor system. And it's so ridiculously easy. I've been around, guys. I've seen tons of affiliate programs and software that either don't work. I've been a part of some where they just, I've missed commissions. It didn't connect with my link. And luckily the people that I refer to other people, like I build an actual relationship. So I always ask them and I always give bonuses. So if you want the bonus, you need to make sure to let me know that you bought, so that I go back to the person that I'm doing the joint venture with and say, well, so-and-so said they bought from my link. And so I've seen where there's tons of programs out there, and I've tried some myself that are ridiculously expensive and don't actually work. So what I found was Samcart is the easiest. I literally was was that it? You literally just drag and drop the sales funnel or the opt-in page that you're sending people to that you want everyone else to promote, and you put it in Samcart, and you give people a link to sign up for your affiliate program, and they basically get it. It basically creates a link for your affiliates so that they can share out to other people too. So if you guys want more information about that, make sure to DM me Samcart information. I think they're actually having a promotion, and maybe I'll put it in the link in the description if you're watching over on YouTube. But it's super simple to create an affiliate program there. You do have to create, obviously, the sales page as well, or at least the actual place where they, which Samcart, you can actually have sales pages on there. I'm super simple when it comes to sales pages. This is what you're going to get, buy here. So Samcart will process the payment. You can use, what I love about it too, is that you can use Stripe and PayPal, so people can choose which processor they want to use. And then they process the payment and send it to you, And so anyways, the actual program, when they buy, is cookied to the person or the affiliate that shared. Even if my sales page, which I use ClickFunnels, my opt-in page, I use ClickFunnels to capture the lead. And then when they go through your process, go through your funnel, and then they purchase over on Samcart, it's actually connected together. So they actually are cookied from the time that they opt into your sales page over on ClickFunnels, and then they buy over on Samcart. The particular person who's asking me this, I think she has Kartra. So I think if you're using Kartra or Kajabi, they all have affiliate programs too. I don't know how they work. I know they're probably, you have to probably upgrade to their premium thing to have that, but whatever works, right? And like I said, if you're just getting started and you only have one or two people, just do a specific webinar and maybe have a specific link so that that any sales that came from that webinar or that person, that how to pay them out later, so that they'll just pay you out manually. And so it's not a big deal, right? I think we make it so difficult, and we make things so complicated that, and I don't think that, to be honest, it's actually not even our fault. We make it difficult because we think that it has to be more. There has to be more to it. I literally was sitting there there has to be more to this. It has to be there has to be something else that I need to do to make sure that this works. And it was really super simple with Samcart. And And I think that the reason why we feel like it has to be more complicated because there's so many people out there trying to tell you how, oh, I've researched and I've done all these things and I have all these complicated funnels and I've worked on these complicated, things that you need to get more sales and about 20 different emails that you can plug in and or that I could create for you to make it so that you have all these, make all this money, right? I literally was on a call with someone and he was like, oh, I have all these things and I make it all these fancy things. And I'm like, dude, that's great. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of more simple. Let's just get to the point and just, make it simple. I know I can make it complicated too sometimes. And sometimes I talk a lot too fast. so sometimes I know I have to slow it down a little bit for you guys, but really it isn't. It's as simple as connecting the right offer into the right people and giving them a place to actually buy it, giving them a buy button. Sorry, I feel so stuffy today. Anyways, hopefully this was a longer live stream than I thought I would, but that is my opinion when it comes to creating a joint venture, creating collabs, whether it's on Instagram with Instagram influencers or with just anyone that is, in similar industry. Maybe it's someone in your dream 100 that you always wanted to connect with and collab with or become a client, that is actually one of the ways that I was trying to share with another student as well. I'm not sure if he actually got it, but was to interview the people that you actually want to work with, and even if they're a big, a potential client or even not, right? Like someone who actually, and that's how you act. That's how I just built my network. Literally, like, for example, like Gary V, which a lot of you guys who are in the marketing industry should know or know about, like Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Like I was able to get an interview with him. And who am I? I'm just like this mini, I don't know. Like a micro influencer. Like he didn't ask me how many followers I have or how many people could get on this interview or podcast. Like do as many. And to me, that's me being humble and genuine. Like go out and connect with as many people, no matter what, if they're big or small or how much, following they have. Like that's an opportunity to get in front of 5 people, 10 people, whatever. Like you're getting exposed to an audience that would particularly be a good fit for yours, right? And it may not happen right away. It may happen. Someone actually joined our mentorship program the other day. And we asked, how did they get? How did they came about? How did they find us? And this person was following my mentor for about 8 years. 8 years, guys. So consistency, I did another video about that. Repetition is a mother of all skill. And even though they may not be liking or commenting or even or anything at all, people are still watching, right? So there's always people watching. Can you ask me about Facebook ads? Well, you could, but I'm so simple when it comes to Facebook ads. I don't even do ads. You can actually just go and spy on other people who are doing Facebook ads to see what Facebook ads are working in your industry. But you'd have to ask me a little bit more specific about what about Facebook ads that you'd like to know more about. I'm so simplistic in the fact that if I am doing a promotion and I want to get in front of more people, I will basically kind of boost my videos because, I'm all about videos. I'm getting better at copy and getting better at writing posts, which I'm so excited about to share with you guys. If go and check out, I have another video, which I'll put in the description on how to reply back. I forgot what did I name that video? How to automatically reply to your comments. And first of all, you have to create really good engaging posts, right? So I want to do more videos about that, how to create engaging posts All the things that I do are more organic. But then when you find out what works organically, yeah, do a Facebook ad around it, right? And I do have a strategy around Facebook ads, around ads just in general, that using video to actually boost your video views to the people who are already watching. And I have an entire like omnipresence strategy that I like to use. But that's for a whole nother video. So thanks again for jumping on live on YouTube, Facebook. If you're not in my Facebook group, then you can join me. Make sure to check out the links in the description. If you go find me over on Facebook, there is a link in my my bio to join the Facebook group. I'll be doing more things here. And don't forget to see my last interview with Karwana D. She was amazing. We talked about the mindset shifts that it takes to grow a 6-figure business. We launched together $100,000. Our goal was $100,000. I said it would be so easy for you. And I don't think she kind of believed it, but at the same time was like, okay, we'll see. And then she actually exceeded her goal and made $110,000 in 10 days. So we are going to double that, right? With any goal. It's just like being able to backwards plan those numbers. And I'm so excited about what is to come. And we're planning, I'm planning a lot of great things here in 2021. So glad for you guys again to be here with me live, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Much love and aloha. Bye.